In this recording, we're going to look at how we can use parameters in a Curity configuration file that is loaded at startup. I have an existing configuration file here, Curity config 510, which is very similar to the example configuration that is available at developers.curity.io. This is a full configuration file where I have already added a base URL parameter. I also have an admin port parameter. So this is the port that the admin interface is listening to. I'm going to modify this one slightly and add in a default value of 6749. As you can see here, the service port is already configured in that way with 8444. This basically means that if the service port variable is not set, it will revert to 8444. I also have a protocol parameter set right here in the configuration. If we switch to a script that I have that sets up my environment, I first have a password parameter set that is used for the unattended install. So this essentially sets the admin password for the unattended install. I also do have the base URL set here. So this is the parameter that will set in the configuration file, as well as the protocol and the admin port. Note that the admin port here is 6748, but it was 6749 in default. So what this script does, it removes the existing installation, untars the package, it copies this configuration file into the init directory, runs the unattended install, and then starts the server in admin mode. If we run this script now, it removes the current installation, unpacks a fresh clean install, copies the configuration, and then starts. If we now log into the UI of this environment, we can go to the deployment here and see that the port for the service is in fact 8444. And if you look in the configuration, that is the default value of the port, because I never set the service port variable in my script. If we look at the XML for this in the UI, we can also see that there's a tag for this added. This tag, if we copy it and base64 decode the value, we can see that it is in fact the value that was set in the configuration file with the service port variable and the port number. And as you can see here, I never set the service port variable in my script. Similarly, we can see the tag for the protocol entry and the value HTTP. If we go and look at the admin service, we can see here that the port for the admin service is in fact set to 6748, which comes from the parameter set in my script. So this shows how we can use parameters inside of a configuration file that is loaded at startup in the Curity server. As always, thanks for watching, and let us know if you have any feedback or comments at info@curity.io.